was up in our universe, up in our timeline.
Dude, it probably. But I was gonna ask, so does anybody know about Miley Bobby Brown being groomed? I know Drake's been grooming her, but who
oh,
else?
oh, I thought we're gonna
Millie Bobby Brown.
skip the
Yeah,
topic. Hang on,
11, Miss 11.
hang on. I thought we weren't gonna do the topic. I
Oh,
didn't.
because it's in Jay's.
Yeah, although I did hear about it. Someone remember the time?
I read the
Oh.
article she sent, but I didn't.
I
So-
didn't know that she was on the list of being groomed people.
So it's not that
Yeah.
she's being groomed. It's along the lines of this one dude. Hold on, where is? Here
Said
we
that
go.
he was grooming her.
Yes, Hunter. There we go. Hunter Echo.
Oh, he's not?
No. He's not.
Oh.
They were dating at the time, and he went on a live stream and he started talking mad shit about how he was grooming her and started like just going along with it and making it this big fucking joke. Like, yeah, I'm grooming her. She was the best at giving head and God knows what else, and said a whole bunch of shit. And now Millie Bobby Brown's people are coming back and saying like, no, Mr. Echo is not speaking the truth. It's all coming back to him, and they're pursuing legal matters now to
Leave
shut him
Millie
the fuck up.
alone.
Well, so
It's
wait a minute.
just
You
like-
said that they were dating. How long ago did the video come out?
This was recent. This was like 2 weeks ago at best.
This feels like
So-
Justin.
This was a
Brittany
live
all over
stream.
again.
This was a live stream on Instagram.
While they were together.
They
And she went
weren't.
along with it?
They were not. Okay, she was not with him, but he was answering questions in his house, and he also had like a friend there. But she wasn't physically there. But I think at this point now they're no longer together, which is safe to assume.
All I can say is drama.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Not for me, yo. Well, so that was a fun topic. So, I gotta ask, Keelan, what do you think of the Texas House Democrats becoming fugitives of the law, hiding out?
Fuck the police? What are they
So-
hiding out from?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've kept
they're
up with
hiding-
it, but
so okay, right now they are technically hiding out from the Texas Rangers
Why?
because the majority of the House of Representatives has voted and issued a order for them to return. They've been called up to a special meeting of Congress, of state Congress, right?
mm-hmm.
So state Senate, state House, both were called to action. They're supposed to vote on some upcoming bills here. They didn't like one of the bills, so they said bye. So after the quorum was called, right, they snuck out of the house, boarded a private plane, and flew to Washington, D.C.
Wait, but you're not explaining what bill they're not passing. It's a very restrictive voting bill that's
Well, yeah,
supposed
'cause
to.
No, it's not restrictive. You probably haven't read the bill or anything about it. It's not restrictive at all.
From what my understanding of the bill is, it's supposed to eliminate a couple of voting places, close voting places up early in specific locations, eliminate people from being able to openly request mail-in ballots, making it harder, and then there's a couple of other
Mhm.
things. Oh, and then there's an ID.
Yeah, so they
There's an
require an
stipulation, which I
ID
kinda
for
agree
mail-in.
with.
So they are requiring an ID for mail-in ballots, which
Mhm.
should be. You can either put your ID number or the last four digits of your social.
Mm-hmm.
Those are required. Those would be required. They're extending voting hours of places open 1 hour extra a day. So they are open an average of 9 hours instead of 8 hours
Hmm.
to accommodate people. You have 17 days of early voting. I mean, the bill is not restrictive at all. What the bill restricts is the emergency provisions that were put in place because of COVID, a pandemic.
Yeah.
But instead of our, representatives doing their job and sitting there and saying no if they don't like it, they all got on a plane and threw a tantrum and flew, to Washington D.C. so that the rest of the Congress can't do their job that they're getting paid for by taxpayers' money.
Well, Governor Greg Abbott actually took away their paychecks, so right now they're not getting paid at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're also voted by law to return. So there's been an arrest warrant issued for them.
Mm-hmm.
So why did they flee though? Because they didn't like it?
So no, well, yes, they didn't like the bill, but the reason, well, they said so. The reason they said they fled was in protest of the bill, which they can protest a bill by saying no.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's. But what the issue is that a few of the people that did this, they have national aspirations. So they are trying to get their name out nationally, and also it's a publicity stunt to push HR 1, which would federalize all state elections. So it goes against the Constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, I mean, why is Governor Greg Abbott so focused on trying to pass these voter laws when he
Because
still hasn't? Yeah, yeah.
Arizona,
But he still hasn't.
Georgia.
He still hasn't dealt with the whole issue that we had to go through in February. Where is our there's still bills out there trying to push us to pay for the outages in February. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, and the election was in November of last year, so by chronological order, wouldn't a voting bill come up before? I mean, that's like months ahead of it.
Yeah, but we're dealing with power
But
issues
again,
now.
so if you queue up and you put things on a schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and then people leave and don't do any of their work,
Mm-hmm.
then no work gets done. So you can't progress down the schedule. You can't progress down the list.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The Texas Democrats should definitely come back and try to do something else instead of just leaving the state that they're supposed to be representing. But I also don't agree with them trying to push these voter right laws when we still have to deal with the fact that there are companies that are trying to make us pay for the outage in February.
Well, yeah, that's because we're still dealing with the election that happened in November, 3 months before February, because people aren't doing their job. I don't.
Yeah,
You
they're
can't.
not
You
saying
can only
that
do
the
one
voting
thing at
is
a
more
time.
important. Yeah, they're not saying that the voting's more important than
Mm-hmm.
what the electric companies are doing. But it's
So
just
you should be
in the
mad that
order
they're
of
not.
seniority.
Yeah, you should be mad that they're not progressing that bill forward. They're not progressing any bills forward.
Mm-hmm.
Congress is at a standstill,
Yeah,
just so that they can get publicity. It's all. And then now to come out find out two of them have been tested positive for COVID in the process of this, where they had a meeting with the vice president because she supported what they did,
Mm-hmm.
and now she refuses to quarantine. So it's like now her official statement from her chief of staff was that she's fully vaccinated and she was socially distanced from those people, so she shouldn't be tested.
She should still be tested.
No, you're just trying to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's her. Yeah, that's her official statement.
Frustrate.
How am I not surprised?
So, but yeah, it's a little crazy to say, and like they're hiding from arrest and they're fugitives, right? Because so
Yeah.
the reason I'm so dramatic about it is because two of them were posting selfies and like, I'm a fugitive of the law. I'm hiding in DC. Well, technically, they're not under arrest, legal arrest. I shouldn't.
Yeah,
They're not under punishable arrest. Is that better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
he was just taken
as
back
soon
to
as they
Congress.
land here, Texas Rangers have the authority to put them under or under supervised escort to the state house, where they will be locked in the building until they do their job.
Good. You don't work that often, anyways.
Right? What bills have you passed? None.
But that is the biggest deal right there, right? Like you bring up that bill. There is a lot of bills that we need them to at least discuss and talk about and work together on. But a stunt like this just shuts down the whole system. It
doesn't show me that you're working in my best interest.
no,
Yeah.
their own self-interest is all they have.
Yeah.
Because again, they flew there to DC and then they held a press conference about HR1, which is a horrible piece of legislation. Like, no, if you enjoy your local election in any way, do not let HR1 go.
So
Because it's pretty much going to say the federal government has control of every local election.
yeah, no, I'm not for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Not with the way Democrats and Republicans are fighting
Mhm.
across the aisle. No. I understand. I may understand why the Democrats wanted to leave, but at the same time, like, that's just, you need to be better than your predecessor, and you need to be better than the people who your opposition is. Does that make sense?
I mean, I can sit down and I can listen to Kevin McCarthy talk, and he sounds like a smart, reasonable, well-interest person.
Mm-hmm.
I sit down and I listen to Nancy Pelosi talk, and I'm like, oh my God, this chick's a fucking psychopath.